Welcome back to Kleppers Corner Today in History, where we find out that August 27th is apparently the clearance bin of the historical calendar. Everything from volcanic Armageddon to grunge rock debuts to treaties that tried to ban war but couldn't even stop a bar fight. It's a day of fire and flight, both literal and metaphorical. So buckle up, because this one's got explosions, diplomacy, bad military planning, and yes, Mary Poppins. History, but with a spoonful of sarcasm. Segment 1, Krakatoa blows its top, 1883. On August 27, 1883, Krakatoa exploded so violently, it basically unsubscribed half the planet from sunlight. This wasn't just a volcano. It was nature saying, "Hold my magma." The blast was reportedly the loudest sound in human history. People in Australia heard it like it was their upstairs neighbor vacuuming at 2 a.m. Shockwaves circled the Earth multiple times, basically the planet's version of a group text that you can't mute. And the sunsets afterwards, glorious. Bright red skies all over the world. Painters thought they were having a creative breakthrough, but really, it was just volcanic dust. Imagine Monet bragging about his impressionist technique when, in reality, Krakatoa had just adjusted Earth's Instagram filter. The eruption even gave us the phrase, "once in a blue moon," because volcanic dust made the moon look weird colors. So next time you say that, remember, you're quoting a deadly planetary burp that killed 36,000 people. Romantic, right? Segment 2, the Battle of Long Island, 1776. August 27, 1776, America's very first big battle after declaring independence, the Battle of Long Island. Spoiler alert, we lost. Badly. The British showed up with 30,000 troops, Hessian mercenaries, and the kind of confidence only people wearing bright red coats in a forest can have. Washington split his army and forgot to guard a path. Rookie mistake. The British swung around through Jamaica Pass, surprised the Americans, and turned it into an 18th century version of a Times Square mugging. The Maryland 400 basically charged the British over and over like colonial kamikazes, just so the rest could retreat. Washington himself reportedly wept watching them go down. But here's the twist. Instead of finishing the job, British General Howe hesitated, classic British politeness. Washington used the cover of fog to pull a Houdini, ferrying 9,000 troops across the East River without losing a man. It's the greatest Irish goodbye in military history. America lost the battle, but lived to fight another day. Proof that sometimes the best strategy is to run away faster than your enemy can Google map the exit. Segment 3, the Kellogg-Briand Pact, 1928. Fast forward to 1928. The world has seen World War I and decided, yeah, maybe let's not do that again. Enter the Kellogg-Briand Pact, signed on August 27th, where 62 nations promised to outlaw war forever. Adorable. It was basically the international version of a no fighting sign in a kindergarten classroom. And like those signs, it didn't work. Japan invaded Manchuria 3 years later. Italy went into Ethiopia. Germany did, well, Germany things. And suddenly, everyone was breaking the pact faster than college kids breaking a dry January pledge. But here's the thing. It accidentally became super important. It created the legal concept of crimes against peace, which allowed the Nuremberg trials after World War II to prosecute leaders for starting wars. So yes, it failed, but in the same way your failed juice cleanse technically succeeded because it taught you never to trust kale again. Segment 4, the first oil well, 1859. August 27th, 1859, Edwin Drake drills the first successful commercial oil well in Pennsylvania. Up until then, people lit lamps with whale oil, which meant your desk lamp came with a side of guilt and blubber. Drake's well struck oil just 69 feet down, launching the entire petroleum industry. This was the historical equivalent of inventing the iPhone. Suddenly, everything changed. Transportation, warfare, the environment, geopolitics. Drake made energy cheap, abundant, and catastrophically addictive. It was the first domino that led to cars, planes, plastics, and your cousin's crypto mining rig that's raising your electric bill. Fun fact, locals thought Drake was crazy until oil started gushing out. Then they called him a genius, which is exactly how we treat every tech bro until their app crashes. Segment 5, the first jet flight, 1939. 80 years later to the day, August 27, 1939, Germany test flies the first jet-powered aircraft. the Heinkel HE-178, just 5 days before World War II started. Nothing says we're totally peaceful like inventing a machine that sounds like an angry kettle and flies 100 miles per hour faster than anything else. The Nazis weren't even impressed. They basically shrugged and said, "Cool toy, but can it invade Poland?" Spoiler, it could not. The plane flew only 6 minutes, but it proved jets worked, and from then on, humanity was officially addicted to going really, really fast. Jets gave us supersonic flight, global travel, Top Gun, and that guy in the middle seat who insists on getting up 6 times during a 3-hour flight. Segment 6, NASA Mariner 2, 1962. Then, on August 27, 1962, NASA launched Mariner 2, the first successful interplanetary probe. Its target, Venus. Before this, scientists thought Venus might be a tropical paradise. You know, palm trees, hot tubs, maybe some attractive alien singles. Nope. Mariner 2 sent back data showing it was a pressure cooker with 800-degree surface temps and an atmosphere made of carbon dioxide. Venus isn't paradise, it's a cosmic easy-bake oven. Mariner 2 also discovered the solar wind, proving that even the sun has bad breath. So thanks to this probe, we learned Venus is uninhabitable, and Earth is still the best Airbnb in the solar system, unless you like acid rain and slow cooking. Segment 7, Cultural Milestones, Mary Poppins, Pearl Jam, and Guinness Records. August 27 also gives us cultural gold. In 1955, the Guinness Book of Records was first published, turning bar arguments into a business model. Suddenly, you could prove your uncle was wrong about the world's tallest donkey, and honestly, that's the foundation of most family Thanksgivings. Then in 1964, Disney premiered Mary Poppins, a movie where a British nanny flies in with an umbrella and somehow makes cleaning look fun. Parents loved it, kids loved it, P.L. Travers hated it. But it made Disney a fortune, financed Disney World, and gave us the only acceptable reason to ever say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And in 1991, Pearl Jam released 10. Overnight, flannel shirts became high fashion, and Eddie Vedder taught us that mumbling into a microphone could be life-changing art. The album sold 13 million copies, outpacing Nirvana's Nevermind. So technically, August 27 is the real birth date of the grunge era. Cue the sound of every Gen Xer adjusting their Doc Martens in pride. Segment 8, Legacies in People, Johnson, Du Bois, and more. Finally, August 27 is packed with people. Lyndon B. Johnson was born on this day in 1908, and whenever you think of him, the man knew how to twist arms in Congress. He gave us Medicare, Medicaid, and the Civil Rights Act, while also giving us Vietnam, proving presidents can multitask, just badly. On the same date in 1963, W.E.B. Du Bois died in Ghana. The intellectual father of civil rights passes away the day before the March on Washington. That's history's way of saying, your shift is over, the kids got this. Also on this day, Man Ray was born, making photography weird and wonderful. Titian died, leaving behind Renaissance masterpieces. Brian Epstein died in 1967, which many say was the beginning of the end for the Beatles. And in 1990, Stevie Ray Vaughan died in a helicopter crash, ending the career of a blues genius just as he was climbing out of his darkest chapter. August 27th, equal parts birth certificate and obituary page. In conclusion, so that's August 27th. In one day, we saw a volcano shake the world, a fledgling America almost died, nations try to outlaw war, humans strike oil, jets take flight, probes visit Venus, Mary Poppins sing about sugar, and Pearl Jam scream about Jeremy. It's fire and flight, endings and beginnings, triumphs and mistakes. If history is a calendar, August 27th is that chaotic square where everything gets scribbled at once. And if you think today looks busy, just wait until tomorrow.